All right, my name is Nick Fox, and I'm currently serving as adjunct instructor of percussion here at Bowling Green State University. So for me, I really love teaching students of all ages, but in particular here at BG, I really love this class that I'm teaching right now, which is Percussion Techniques or Percussion Methods. This is a class that all music education majors take, and it's something that is really exciting for me because you can see from the very beginning, ground roots up, their development in percussion and how they understand how their body moves and how all of these different instruments work. We cover a wide range of instruments, starting with snare drum and kind of building foundational techniques on snare drum. And then we go to mallet percussion, as well as drum set, world percussion, all of the auxiliaries like triangle, bass drum, tambourine, and so forth. And so they get a wide variety of different exposures to what the world of percussion can mean, as well as we offer playing in a percussion ensemble section. So we actually form a percussion ensemble with this class, and I let different students come up and direct the ensemble. All right, it's 9:30, let's get to it. So we have a ton of stuff to get through today, so we're just gonna start right away and start flying through all this. So here's a little quote from awesome percussionist and principal percussionist from the New York Phil, Chris Lamb. "I love variety. After a couple of weeks of playing xylophone, I want to play some snare drum or cymbals. Being in an orchestra brings together all the areas of percussion I'm interested in. My specialization is not one instrument, but an orchestral concept of percussion playing." So that's what we're always going for in this class, is not, specializing on one instrument. And I would highly recommend when you're teaching to make sure that you're kind of instilling that in all of your students. You're not wanting them to just like, oh, I love marimba and I'm only going to play marimba. You want them to be able to play all of the percussion instruments and understand the technique and concepts for all of the instruments. So that's just a good quote that I love. Awesome. So here we have something we talked about with the rebound stroke 2 classes ago. And now it's just a nice visual to kind of help if you're a visual learner. Maybe this will let it sink in a little bit better. So the natural rebound is when, like we said, you're going to just drop the stick, really focusing on your front of the hand fulcrum with your thumb and pointer, and you just let it kind of die out, right? Right? So that's just like the natural rebound. You drop a basketball and it bounces. Each successive bounce is going to be smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, great. So that's not what we want for our rebound stroke, right? We want them all to be as even as possible. The natural double is the one that we talked about with the front of the hand fulcrum, and it's pretty darn close to even, but each bounce is not going to be totally even because we're not using the velocity from the back fingers, right, to make them really, really even. So if I try to over-exaggerate it, you can kind of hear, right? Da-da, 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 da-da. It's kind of different pitch, but also different intensity. And then we have our perfect double. So this is going to be where we add the finger velocity to throw that stick right at the point of contact. You use those back 3 fingers to throw the stick a second time, and you'll get your even double. So we can get a really, really even double bounce. Awesome. So hopefully this will help. And all this stuff's on Canvas, so just like always, you can always go back and look at this anytime. Great. Let's do a little warm-up. Get on up. And we'll have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Cool? Let's try it. 1 and 2, and here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Awesome. And relax just a little bit, Cameron. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Awesome, making sure we're still keeping the back 3 fingers tied around so we're not getting tea time. So make sure the back 3 fingers are still tucked around the stick. Awesome. 1, 2, with our left. Still just as much energy, same good full sound, even if it's your weak hand. Awesome. And Brenna, throw the stick even a little bit more for that downstroke. There you go, yeah. Yeah, and then Steven, make sure that after your downstroke, you're not having another preparatory stroke, just dropping the stick and lifting with the wrist. Awesome, okay, great. So now let's add in, so now these are our molar triples. So now essentially we have down, and then you should be a little bit happier. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. Cool? 1, 2, let's try number 2. Here we go. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. Accented, then 2 unaccented strokes, right? Awesome. Let's try it with our left. Here we go. Left, up, left, tap, 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 up. Awesome. And Chloe, make sure we're using more wrist and a little less arm. Yeah. There you go. There you go, nice. Awesome, and Joelle, I think a little more control on the downstroke so then you can have that really controlled tap and upstroke. There it is, yeah. Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, great. So that's sounding really, really good. All of these exercises are online, so you can check them out. But right now, we're going to jump down to the next highlighted one, which is the whip stroke paradiddles. We haven't talked about the whip stroke because it's a little bit of an advanced technique, so we won't worry about that too much. But we will try to get all these different stroke types with the stickings and accents all entailed. So we've done these paradiddles quite a few times. Maybe I'll quickly mention, so the whip stroke is a molar technique that is essentially, it's like if you're thinking of cracking a whip, you're like, I don't know why you would have ever cracked a whip, but if you have, let's say that's the motion you want to do. Or like bringing out like a floor mat or something if you're like dusting off a floor mat. So that kind of motion. So it's a quick kind of, like you can think of a string pulling up your wrist, and then you snap the stick back down towards the head. String up, down. Whoop. Cool? So if you want to try to incorporate that, great, but if not, it's okay. It looks really cool, and it kind of gives a different feel to the whatever rhythm you're playing. So it looks really nice and kind of like fluid and beautiful, and it also gives a slightly different groove. All right, so let's try these paradiddles. So it'll be right, left, 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 down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap, right? 1, we're gonna start slow and we will speed this one up. 1, E, and 2, here we go. Left, left, down, tap, tap, down, tap, tap, down. Cool, let's speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, here we go, and right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Awesome. Level 4. And also, I realize it says number 121, and we're actually doing number 11. The 121 was when I was using this for a different presentation, and we were utilizing solo number 121. But we're doing number 11, so that's okay. So these 3 little figures at the bottom don't apply to this one because it's actually for number 121. But it's just a good kind of visual to see what might have happen. Once you add in level 4, now you have all of your flams as well as all the prior material. So once the flams are added back in, you have to note that upstroke stickings may change because of that extra note that we have to fit in there, right, with all of our flams. So your upstroke stickings may change when the new notes are inserted, and fingers will be asked to do a lot more work. Cool? So like in that first one there, you essentially have 5 rights in a row, right, which is kind of crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like sometimes your fingers and your hands are going to be asked to do a lot more once you add these flams in. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to level 4 on this one. There are some flams, so it'll change a little bit. And here we go. Let's try it. 1, 4, 6. Here we go. Flam, 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 flam. Right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, flam, 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 flam. Da, digga digga da, digga digga da 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 flam, digga digga da 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 flam. Double 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 digga digga da 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 digga digga da da digga digga da da digga digga da da digga da 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 da. Awesome. So now you see it's kind of ramping up the difficulty.